Anybody in particular that you picked out, or?
No, no one really. I don't know much about them, but I see they've been quite busy themselves. They have 5 new signings themselves. I think they've won in the starting lineup tonight. I think it's Dean Larkin. They got him from Waterford. He come up through the Waterford Academy, so he's the only man starting tonight, and the other guys are on the bench. So it's just that time of year, Paddy. Transfer window. So everyone's finding their way.
Yeah, and I see Fun Harps, basically the same starting team as last week. The only change is Tony McNamee coming into center midfield there for Daniel Stocko. And Tony McNamee, no stranger to Fun Park, Shane, and the home fans here will be happy to see him back in their ranks again.
You made your first slip up, called me Shane there.
Very good.
Listen, that's great to see Tony back in Fun Park, and I think he's been very vocal in saying how glad he is to be back, and I think giving him the skipper's armband on his first game back, that just shows you how highly he's thought of, and we're looking forward to seeing him back in the ball tonight.
Yeah, I've been interested to see Tony fits in tonight in this new look Fun Harps team. Played with 3 at the back last week, Shane, with Dahi McCallion, or Shane, here you go again. Rory, it's going to take a while, folks, sorry. With Dahi McCallion in the centre half, and they had Mackison on the left, and they had Scott Wara on the right. 2 really good, impressive debuts by the 2 centre halves, either side of Dahi McCallion last week. Rory?
Well, I think Dahi has had a fantastic season for such a young man. I think he's still only 18 years of age, and when you see him in training and hear him on the pitch side here, he's definitely well above his years. But playing in there along with the physicality now of Matty and Scotty, it'll only bring him on as well. So he's doing very, very well.
Young man from Derry, certainly having a great first season here at Fun Park. Excellent in the air, and he's not the tallest lad either, but his timing is excellent, and he really has. I thought last week was one of his better performances too, and as you say, it's great to have 2 men like that beside you to strengthen it up. I was impressed last week with on the right side here, Watson. Jim Watson had a really good game, really good first half. Found the pace of the game in the second half, but it was a good debut for him as well. And Hutchison goes through a lot of work in the middle of the field there.
Yeah, just on Dahi as well, Paddy. What I like about Dahi McCallion, he's a real talker, He's a real leader for such a young man. He's certainly got leadership qualities for only 18 years of age.
So our referee, Alan Pacho, just about to get things underway here at Fun Park. And Harps will attack the river end. So Cove on the attack early on here. Their captain Phillips getting on the ball nice and early. So early chance to get the ball in the Fun Harps box here. It's going to be a long throw. I think it might be. Yeah, Brian is going to throw this in. It just comes short. And Tony McNamee clears his lines. Looking for the long throw again, Rory.
Yeah, again, long throws will be no new thing to Finn Park now with Tony back on the side again. It's good to see him getting early touch there.
So Brown again launches in. It's a great flick on by Farrell, and there's a chance for Flood to show his pace as he breaks up the left hand side. It's an early ball to Patrick Dixie Ferry, and it's well defended by Cove as they get back into their shape. Good quick fast counter attack there by Fun Harps, Rory.
Absolutely, I think the lads are always on the spring there. Shawnee onto Ryan Flood, and straight away head up looking to get Dixie on the ball. It's good to see.
Looks like Wilson Warrow is going to take up that right hand side, but the last game they played here, he ventured over the other side too a few times, so he's a very dangerous player. So Scott Warrow looks to go forward, but it's picked off, but McNamee picks it up. Hutchinson on the ball. He links up with McNamee in the midfield, and it's a good switch out to young Stephen Doherty. Mackison will look to come across the pitch to McCallion. We'll look to go to the right wing back Watson. Harps trying to keep possession early on. To go back to Tim Heimer, who switches it to Mackinson, who was very impressive last week too. He'll drive into the space. There's a bit of movement up front, but again Harps been patient. Look to switch it, but Brown with the header. Oh, to the deflection, takes it back in, but Curvage just beaten there by Scott Wara. McNamee's on it again. It looks like he's fouled. He is, yep.
A nice wee period of control there, Paddy, from Harps. You can see them building there from the back. You know, there's nothing rushed. They're taking their time.
Yeah, definitely.
Certainly trying to gain a bit of control here.
Yeah, definitely a bit more confidence about this Finn Harps team from last week especially, and staying on the ball. Played by Ferry as he comes in, looks for McNamee, who spreads out to the right wing back Watson, lays it off for Scott Wara. Dave Rogers looking for his team to get that ball moved a wee bit quicker from side to side. Rory?
Yeah, I think it was on the far side there. I think that's what Dave was talking about. But you know, at the same time, early doors, it's good to maintain possession here. You know, Cove aren't getting much of a touch of it at the minute.
Yeah, good work in the middle field there by Hutchison, keeps the ball moving. Be a Cove throw though, and Brown will get on that.
There's a dangerous front two for Cove tonight, Paddy. Wairu and Kervik up front. I know young Kervik there, I was watching them in earlier weeks. I think he's got 5 goals in 9 games for them, so he's certainly on form. You know, he's really confident.
Yeah, they switch up ball, looking for the right back McCarthy, who's quite high up the pitch. Dean Larkin gets on that and plays it very long, but Mackison's in control of that.
I think both sides are just sizing themselves up, obviously, early doors here. Danger.
Oh,
unlucky.
Great strike there by Cove. Tim Heimer was glad to see it go past his post.
Absolutely. It was at full stretch there. I think that's young Kervik, who I just mentioned there. He's certainly a man in form. Really confident lad, and he's not afraid to have a go, as you can see there.
So McCann gets on the ball again. Good header by Watson, but that's food and drink for the Cove centre half. Frahel, who puts it forward. Good control by Patrick Ferry as he ball's moved again. McNamee goes to Ferry again. Nutmeg there, puts flood in. It's good possession by Harps. Sean O'Donnell looking to get a touch. And it's well taken by the keeper. Stacey, again, patient build up by Finn Harps, and then with a cross into the box.
Yeah, and you know, it's not easy keeping control on you know, the conditions aren't great. Obviously, it's been raining all day here in Ballybofey. But the control that Harps are having on the ball is really good.
Yeah, powerful header there by Brown, but it'll be easy for Tim Heimer to he'll see it out for a goal kick to Finn Harps. So Tim Heimer just weighing up his options here, but he's gone long. But that'll be easy for the Cove defence as they pick it up again. And Hall just lays it back into the Cove also playing 3 at the back, Rory, so it's leg for leg at the moment for both teams. Last time they were here, I'm sure they went 4 at the back, so they'll be changing their formation for tonight.
Yeah, and I'm not sure the formation they've been playing this last number of weeks, but obviously they've found something that's working for them. But yeah, two sides cancelling each other out here at the moment, so they're pretty well matched up here.
So, as you said, both teams just filling each other out here. A wee bit of space for Ferry. He goes back to Scott Warriors, looking to maybe switch the ball. And he just took a wee bit long there, maybe made up his mind. Cove won it back. Holland plays it forward. It's just come off Scott Warriors' hand there.
Yeah, I think slightly dwelled on that ball. He should have got it forward a little bit quicker, maybe. But it's possibly one of the results of trying to get back. To get to know each other, get to know the runs and all that. It's just all part of it, I think.
Yeah.
Well done there by Stephen Doherty.
Yeah, a good midi tackle in the middle of the field. Both players look all right, and Flood's taking a knock. Or not? It's Hutchison actually. He should be all right. Lyons goes up the left channel here. It's a good ball up. It's that man Kurvich again. He's certainly decent on the ball. He finds the left wing back. Brown puts a decent ball into the box. That's very dangerous. Yeah. And it's a great header to back post by
Wary.
Yeah. It was a great ball from the left hand side here. Brown cut into use his right foot, Rory, and it was a great cross.
It was a great ball, Paddy. He didn't have much to do on the end of it at all. It was such a good ball. He just had to put the finishing touches on it. But again, a man who is very much in form, Wilson Wairu. Again, he's up near the top of Cove scores this year. He doesn't need too many chances to score.
Yeah, that ball was well worked by Cove, back to the left wing back, who just whipped on with his right foot and just peeled off the back of McCallan, I think it was. Just a deft header, just no chance for Tim Heimer. So after a decent enough start by the home team here, they're on the back foot straight away, 1-0 down. But I'm sure Dave Rogers looking for still keep possession and try and build up something here. He won't change tactics, I'm sure. So McCallan. Of course, after the clean sheet last week, the goalkeeper and defence will be disappointed to concede so early in this game here.
But absolutely. Sean O'Donnell might be in here.
Showing great pace. He gets back on it. Goes inside. Nice turn by Ferry. A little bit of skill in the edge of the box. So he creates an angle. Hits the post. Oh, there was a good chance there from McNamee. Keeper just smothered him.
He's a tricky lad, Dixie Ferry. He did so well to get the space there in the box, Paddy, and get his shot away. Great work from Sean O'Donnell leading into it as well. Great response.
Yeah, the home support certainly appreciating that, but the keeper stood tall and did well there. Sean O'Donnell hasn't got into the game much yet, but he just showed us what he's about there. Rory a minute ago was a wee bit of pace up the left-hand side there.
Oh, listen, Shawnee can show most defenders a clean pair of heels, Paddy, and I'll tell you, he's got the determination with it as well. Nearly paid off for Harps there.
Yeah, that original shot coming off the post, and the keeper doing well to block McNamee there. So Harps look to build again as Dai McCallion will switch this one, but he's just sliced it a little bit straight into Stacey's hands. So he looks to go long here as the three centre-halves push out. The back three is a Kurvich taking a good touch here, but McCallion goes back to Tim. And he takes no chances as he clears his lines.
Yeah, they look to be growing into the game here, Cove. Like I said, they're banging form, and they seem to be hitting their stride here a little bit. Harps just need to see this out, start getting a bit more control in the game again.
Yes, for sure. Into the 12th minute here at Finn Park, and Cove on that hack again. It's a dangerous ball in. Score's done well to intercept that. Watson gets on it. It's a lovely return by Hutchinson. It's a chance to break up this right channel as he puts nearly ball in. Oh, it's gone through. It was well defended. As Dillon looks to get on it. And
great run up the line there from Jimmy Watson. I think he could get a bit of change out of that guy, out of that left side of the Cove defence. Okay, determined run there. All right, the ball perhaps could have been a little bit better, but you know there could be something for him there.
yeah, Charline's pretty solid there, but in fairness, the left wing back here likes to get forward and push right up, leaving a wee bit of space maybe for Harps to pick them off there. But time will tell as Stacey goes along with this goal kick. McCallion's up challenging, but he's beaten this time by Warwick. The ball bouncing rock in the Finn Harps box, but it's cleared by Scott Warra. Again, a look for this dangerous long throw into the box. So it'll be Cian Brown looking to get this in. So delivery is indeed long into the box. There's another flick on as the ball bounces about. This is dangerous. Shouts for handball, but nothing given. As Tony McNamee picks it up. It's a good ball to Dixie Ferry. He'll try and stretch his leg, take on this defence, but Kurvich, the forwards back there, doing a great bit of defending, as you want to see from your centre forward, Rory.
Oh, absolutely, Paddy. This lad is really revelling in his first 10 games or so with Cove. You see him there tracking the whole way back into the left back pocket there, doing his bit for the team at the back and the front, of course.
So Harps will build up again here.
Just should be a little bit more movement.
Yeah.
Just there's always a delay, it seems, Paddy. You know, when Harps are trying to build up from the back here, you know.
You can see what Dave Rogers wants, but just the players just aren't right on it yet. But that'll come, I'm sure.
Yeah, again, like I said earlier, I think it's just a still a getting to know you type situation here, getting to know the runs and getting to know the men and so on. So. You
mentioned earlier Tony McNamee's long throw, so we'll get to see it at Finn Park here again tonight as he looks to launch this one into the Cove box.
You need the old towel tonight, Paddy.
It's flicked on by Hutchinson. Is it dangerous? It's well defended by Cove though. It's Curvage again, the edge of his own box, clears it. And he's quick to close down McCallion, who's done well, stepped around him. It's into Stephen Doherty, is it? Out to the right side here to McNamee. He'll look to curl one into the box here. It's a super ball. Sean Donald, oh! I'm not sure how he put that wide from there. It was a super ball by McNamee.
I'll tell you, Paddy, that was some cross in from Tony McNamee, and it's great to see him back in Finn Park. And if that's the type of stuff that he can bring to us, okay, we'll certainly benefit from it. Sean, a little bit unlucky there.
Yeah, it was a super ball into the back post area, and Sean did the ring right, headed it down as well, but just put it past the post. And Cove can count themselves lucky there. So, but a good response here at Finn Park from the home team after going a goal behind.
Certainly a gilt-edged chance, Paddy. Tony picked it up on the right-hand side and swung it into Sean at the back post. Probably should have got a bit better header on it, but he'll learn from that. Again, the conditions as well. You know, it is a difficult night for the players. You know, the standard of football is actually very, very good for the night that's in it.
Yeah, which can make that point. That's the first 60 minutes here at Finn Park have flown past because the football's been excellent so far. And both teams creating a couple of chances. But it's Cove have an early lead. So McNamee shows good control. Just unlucky not to get it to Doherty. So the header's one was put back in by Dale Holland, is it? In fact, it's Phillips won that ball back, but it's gone for a throw to Finn Harps on the far side of the pitch. So Stephen Doherty will look to put the ball into O'Donnell. It looks like he's pushed over by McCarthy. Or sorry, it was Larkin that time. So McNamee switches the ball. McNamee looked like impeded there as well to switch that play, but the referee's played on. He's taken it early. So Larkin goes into Freehill, comes out to Lyons. He'll drive into the space in front of him, takes him to the halfway line almost. Warra, the goal scorer, is well tackled by Scott Warra. That's what you want to see, Roy.
Absolutely, Paddy. Great to have a physical presence back there. So Scott's settling really well into the club, and well claimed there from Tim. No, Scott and Matt, something we lacked in the first half of the season was a bit of height and a bit of physical presence back there. Here's Kervick again, Paddy.
He's dangerous and great feet. What a lovely step over, but he's just tried to go with his left foot and just got under it a wee bit. But again, showing he's a threat. And especially with Jack Doherty out injured, they'll have to look at him tonight.
Yeah, I'll tell you, they've got a bit of a... they have a lot of options up there. Between the goal scorer tonight, Weru, and then Kervick, and as you say, Jack Doherty as well. There's plenty of firepower.
So Tim Hire will launch this one up until their half. Sean O'Donnell trying to get a flick on. He does that very well. Ferry got on it, but it's intercepted. And again, it's Kervick with a really good ball out the wing, but Mackison should get on this. He tries to go forward, but it's a good tackle. Cove certainly doing their work off the ball too and getting back in and trying to win the ball back.
Yeah, the Harps lads don't have a second on the ball. This Cove side are right up for it. I know it's a long journey up from the bottom of Cork, but these guys certainly have a lot of energy in their legs, and they're really on top of the Harps players.
So Watson tries to
straight
cut
away.
inside. Yeah, another good tackle to win the ball back. Brown looks played down the channel. Curvage, but Di McCallan is on it. And he's done well to clear his lines there. Phillips with the clearance, but Holland in the middle of the field. He gets through a lot of work, Dale Holland. Remember last time he was up in Fun Park too. He put in a big shift that night too, and he's not afraid to get around the pitch. Himself and Phillips really control the middle area, but it's a chance for O'Donnell to break here. And he goes at the defender again and shows his great pace. O'Donnell as he gets into the box. He cuts inside it. Good could fall for Ferry. Must be. Oh, can't tackle like that, but it was a brave header by he seemed to block over his head.
Paddy, there's big shouts there for handball, but I think the defender actually went to head that Phil Jones style on the ground there.
Yeah, you have to give him a bit of credit for the good defending there. I know the Harps fans here looking for a penalty, but I couldn't really see any handball there. He definitely got his head in and blocked it.
Oh, absolutely.
It was a great chance, wasn't it? Ferry that came across, he kind of snapped it with his left foot and then it felt him again, but credit to the defending. They've cut him out here with a short corner. Ryan Flood can launch one. Yes, and it's in the back of the net. Cove are sleeping there, 2 out for the corner, and they only sent 1 man out. And Tony McNamee is a very intelligent player. He saw that and he got Flood on it straight away. And when Flood gets in those areas there, he can strike a ball in the near post.
Oh, Ryan Flood. He's one player you do not want to give time to when he's on his left foot, Paddy, anywhere around the box. That was a super strike. There was no stopping that from the keeper. It came through a few men, but it was just a super strike. Just shows you the quality of Tony as well. Tony is a guy who plays with his head up a lot, and he was able to spot it very quickly. That's Harps back in the game.
Yeah, just 1 out for the corner from Cove, and it was Lysius wee layback. It took a big deflection too on the way in, but we'll not take it away from Floody. It was a great strike, and probably what Harps deserve for the way they've responded since the goal went in, right?
Well, absolutely. Well, just before that, there was a big shout for a penalty. We don't think it was, but great work from Sean O'Donnell down the left-hand side, and Dixie nearly got on the end of it, and there was Sean O'Donnell's header as well. So Harps have had a really good response to going behind.
Yeah, and Watson's away again here in the middle of the field. He's got a bit of space to work into. McNamee's on it. He looks to slip at him behind. It's a delicate ball, but good idea, but just keeper was out quick there.
Yeah, you seen what he was trying to do there.
Phillips goes long, looking for the dangerous Kervich again, but Scott Warra takes no chances. So it'll be interesting to see how Cove respond now after conceding that goal.
Well, absolutely, because on this they've been on a serious run this last 5 or 6 games, and it hasn't been. They haven't conceded a lot of goals. Their goalkeeper Stacey I say he's made the League of Ireland Team of the Week there a number of times the last few weeks. So yeah, it's a test for them now.
For sure. Well, I didn't make it last week because Tim Heimer was in last week. I have to give Tim a shout for that. Him and McCallion both made it. Good defending there that time by Harps as they get the goal kick. So both teams employing the long throw. They have an expert back to the Rory Delap days. It's a dangerous weapon when it's used right.
Oh, absolutely. Listen, you have to use every weapon you have at your disposal, and if it hurts the opposition, there's certainly nothing wrong with it. It's as good as a whipped-in corner.
So halfway through this first half here, and it's 1-1. As Rory says, it's a difficult night for football, but so far both teams have put in a really good performance, and it's been good entertainment here at Finn Park as Hutchins, the judge, to have fouled Lyons there. So Stace's going to waste no time here as he looks to go long and get at this Finn Harps defence. That's a great ball, and that's just offside.
Just gone there. He just went a wee bit early. It just shows you he's playing on the edge up there, Paddy. This guy, he doesn't need too much of a half chance at all.
Yeah, and credit to the goalkeeper Stacey who saw that and wanted to get it. He saw Harps were just slow to get back maybe, and he wanted to take advantage of it, so almost worked for them. So ball into Hutchinson, but he's lost the ball in the middle field. Dale Holland, it's going to be a quick freak, is it, by Phillips? He just takes his time now as they reset. And it's out here to Charlie Lyons on the left side of the pitch. He's going to put this one into the box. Dangerous enough one bouncing about. It's a good ball out by Phillips. And it's a dangerous ball, and Morrow looks to flick it. Oh, it's a very, very good finish. What about a skill that was, Rory?
A bit of a sucker blow for Harps. That Paddy comes so soon after getting back into the game. I think we could have worked a little bit harder to stop the cross, but like I said, he doesn't need much invitation to have a go. As you say, it was a fantastic flick at the near post there. It just beat Tim all ends up.
Yeah, Michael Walsh-Rowe, I think, out in the right wing there, just got past his man and put on a decent ball, and it was just ran across his man, Warrow, and he just got the back heel on it. And as you said, Tim Heimer, it was just so close to him he couldn't even react. So Cove asked, would they have a reaction, and they certainly had. Might have taken a wee reflection too on the way in. So they'll have to go again, Harps here. But they certainly showed last time going down that they could pull it back, so I'm sure they'll be taking that themselves as they go in search of an equaliser again. The ball into the middle of the field. Troy McNamee goes back to Scott Wara.
Well, no, I think what Harps have shown his first 25 minutes, Paddy, is that they can create chances. There's chances there for them tonight. Just need to take one or two more.
Yeah, O'Donnell gets back to try and win the ball, but it's a throw in. Stephen Dorr looks to get on with quick. And he finds O'Donnell. But he's tripped his man up. It's going to be a free out to Cove.
Yeah, I think it was a bit of experience there from the defender. I don't think he's enjoying that situation out on the left side there, because Shawnee, he's all over him. But he played him there, just won the free.
Yeah, a good battle out there between Dean Larkin and young Sean O'Donnell. But Harps certainly getting a bit of joy out on that side anytime they've gone out there. So again, Stacey. It's a header here. It's well won. Dale Holland. As the goal scorer goes back to Lyons. Looks to put it up the wing. And Scott Warrior's going to step in there, shows his strength and power. Dixie goes into Flood, who switches out to Tony McNamee. Just got onto the ball there, just to be with the surface there, didn't help. It was a good idea, but just didn't happen.
You've seen what they were trying to do there. They were working that ball across very nicely there. With Tony, the ball just got just scooped up on him there off the ground there. It's just the surface tonight.
So again, a battle in the air. McCallion shows his strength in there again. It's a throw in at the near side here to Cove as we're into 20th minute. So 2-1 here at the Cove. McNamee finds a bit of space in the middle of the field. Scott War will go back to Tinheimer. Under pressure from Rowe. Walsh Rowe. And Dixie Ferry judged a foul there.
Yeah, again, the defender just got in front of them there, drew the foul.
So a wee bit of treatment here for Stacey.
I suppose when you have a wee break in the play here, Paddy, I just want to give a wee shout out to Trevor Gordon. Trevor, great club man, does an awful lot of work for the club. Unfortunately, he had a bad injury here a couple of weeks ago in a fans game. So we know you're recuperating at the minute. I'm sure you have your feet up, Trevor, and very speedy recovery from everybody here at Finn Park.
Yeah, best wishes to Trevor. Indeed, does a good job with the 500 club, and no doubt enjoying tonight's game. Despite being down 2-1, they've done well so far in the first half on Harps against a really good Cove Ramblers team.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, every game, Paddy, every game these guys, it's a practically new team there. You know, they're trying to get to know each other, and you can see the potential there. But Cove Ramblers are a very good side.
Yeah, and they look on the attack again here as they go along. For the goal score again, and gets a wee flick on it. There's time here for Watson to pick somebody out. He's found Ferry. He's done well to lay it off. It's a long ball by Hutchinson, but just a wee bit overcooked. But Patrick Ferry started very well tonight. Rory, he played last week. Did well too, but he's definitely on his game tonight.
Well, he's certainly sharp. You can see that. He's certainly given the Cove defence something to think about. He's definitely a live wire up there. You can see that was a quicker ball played forward. Just overplayed it, Paddy. You need to, I suppose, with a wet ground, it'll skate through a wee bit quick on it. But you know, they're certainly moving it forward a bit quicker here.
Yeah. So Hutchinson picks up the pieces in midfield, but it's well tackled again by Dean Larkin. So Kervich again, yeah.
Well done, Dahi McCallion.
Yeah, a tricky customer one-on-one, Kervich, but McCallion showed he didn't dive in there, he just delayed him and just got the tackle in.
Yeah, like I was saying, you know, Cove, they're very well drilled by Shane Keegan. A very tight unit at the back, and then they're obviously very dangerous up front. That's the potent mix when you're trying to put a team together. If you have goal scorers up there, and I see a train line here on the penalty spot for this corner, Paddy.
Yeah, plenty of pulling and shuffling going on in there as you'd expect. This ball's whipped in. It's a dangerous one. That's a good strong header. I think it was Mackinson, was it? So again, Cove will look to whip this in.
Referee just having a word with them there. I think it was Watson with that last header. They're well matched in there. A few big lads from Cove there as well.
So again, it's fired in by Walsh Rowe, and he'll whip it in again to the back stick, and it's offside, is it? Yeah, linesman has his flag up early. So definitely a threat going forward, as you said, Rory. A couple of big men in that team. You can really see the difference. And I think that's one thing that Dave Rogers added to his team with these new signings. A lot of them are, especially in defence, they're big, strong lads that can handle themselves.
Oh, absolutely. You know, when you come up against these sides, Cove and Galway and Waterford, you know, they have all the weapons. You know, they're big lads there at the back. So, you know, to be able to compete with them physically, it's great to see Scotty and Matty inside there. Those corners are obviously something that Cove work a lot on as well in training. It's clear to see.
So it's Ryan Flood helps into a good area, but it's defended again. Hutchinson does well, just takes it down for Watson. Finds McCallion, who goes up the line. Competed by Sean O'Donnell, but it's still alive. Dale Holland will look to switch it to the right wing back McCarthy. And this could be our first booking of the night. It's Dixie Ferry.
Just a little bit late there, I think, yeah.
That's what you call a forwards tackle. Just didn't time it great.
I know if Shane was commentating tonight, he would have called that straight away a forwards tackle, you know. But, you know, it just shows how hard Dixie is working up there, you know, and on a night like that, you are going to get a few loose tackles. So the ref could possibly have let that one go. I don't think it was too bad a tackle.
So a free kick from for Cove, just inside the Finn Harps half, as that goes deep into the box. It's dangerous, but Timheimer is up on top of it, and he claims it very well. Not the tallest goalkeeper in the league, but he really claims them very well. Good, safe pair of hands. Yeah,
he took a lot of pressure off the defence there. It was actually not a bad ball in, right into the danger area, but Tim showed great pair of hands there.
Goes back to Mackinson. We'll go back to Tim Heimer, and he's decent with his feet too, and he puts it back to Mackinson, who's going to look forward. Dixie laid it off to McNamee. He's done well to dig it out to Doherty, who finds Flood in a bit of space. He'll look to switch this.
Just disappointing ball from Ryan there.
Yeah, just on his weaker right foot maybe, and didn't maybe not as confident on that as with his left, but it was a good enough idea, but
absolutely
overcooked. So Brown, who's the ball up, was cleared out by McCallion. The ball's gone out. 34 minutes gone here at Finn Park, and Dave Rogers will be hoping his side won't concede any more before the half. That would be a mountain to climb, you'd think. But if they could just stay in the game to half time, it would be encouraging, wouldn't it?
Well, absolutely. I think Harps are more than in the game. You know, obviously Cove are very dangerous up front, but you know Harps have had their own chances, and they're playing some good stuff in there on a difficult night.
Yep, that's for sure. As the ball's thrown into the box, Kurevich has shown a good touch. It's well defended by Hutchinson. There was a big chance here for Smith throw, but straight at Tim Heimer. There's a half chance there for Cove to get a good strike on target. So Watson goes into Flood. McCallion puts him forward, but it's just picked up again by Cove. Lyons goes long again. Watson's done well to win that. Finds us head to Flood, who's just sliced it, unfortunately. But it's well cleaned up again by Hutchison. He's picked up bits and pieces around the middle of the field tonight. Sean O'Donnell with a good flick. McNamee. Mackinson just controls it. Gets the ball out to Doherty, who's going to. O'Donnell just laid off a great ball to Doherty, who breaks into that far side. It's a great ball into the box, but just overplayed a wee bit. Just good break on the left side there, and a couple of young fellas there, Doherty and O'Donnell.
Absolutely, Paddy. It started there with Matty Mackinson at the back, showed great composure there, and released Sean up the left side. Great run there by Doherty as well. The cross was just a little bit overplayed. But certainly, you know, it's another example of Harps are giving them something to think about here.
Yeah, it was definitely one of the better moves of the half there. It was good flowing football by Finn Harps. A great reverse passing by Sean O'Donnell to release Doherty. So that's a man Mackinson again competing in the air. Scott Warwick cleared it long and high. That's going to be completed. And Watson does well to head that off the Cove defender Lyons. So I see Scott Warren has moved into the centre off that back three, Rory. Just commanding in there at the moment, isn't he?
Absolutely. He's a big unit, Scott. He's a hard man to get past. You see Matty Mackinson pulled more over into the middle as well, Paddy.
Yeah, as McCallion's over on this right side. So Flood looks to put it in behind for it has to be a penalty.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Sean O'Donnell was a great ball by Flood, and he just got in front of the defender. Might deem himself to be a wee bit unlucky to clip him, but he did clip him, and he would all no hesitation going down.
Yeah, Paddy, that's what Ryan Flood's really, really good at. He's going to take this penalty as well. I see But you know, when he gets on the ball, head up, and first time ball in there. And Shawnee, yeah, he come in. I think he came in the blind side of the defender.
Yeah,
The defender didn't really see him, but it shows you. It shows you what electric pace that Sean O'Donnell has. So Harps have a great chance to get back into it here.
Yeah, and no doubt Ryan Flood will go for power here. There's a great left foot on him. Stacey will try and keep it out. So the crowd here wait in anticipation as Ryan Flood draws a deep breath as he just at the edge of the box. He just a wee stutter step and he just coolly placed into the net. Rory, actually if I might go for more power, but he showed good composure there just to tuck that away.
Yeah, I think Ryan Flood was one of the coolest men in Finn Park there. Paddy stepping up for that penalty. Just getting back to it there. Sean O'Donnell, when Sean O'Donnell was taken down, he jumped up as if he scored the goal himself after winning the penalty. He's such a busy player up and around that box. A real nightmare for defenders.
Yeah, a real live where Sean O'Donnell, and as you said, he knew he'd done a good deed for his team there as he got the penalty to get them back into this game. So Harps have drawn level for the second time. Great character shown by this new look Finn Harps team here at Finn Park. So once again, Cove will have to go after it again. Walsh Rowe on the ball for Warwood, who's funny. Ironically, he's been quite quiet tonight, Warwood, but he's mattered where it counts most in the box.
I'll tell you, he is. He's an absolute handful up there. You know, he's strong in the air as well. We know he can finish, and you know you can see there he just drew the foul there out in a very dangerous area now as well. So great game for the neutral. It's great to see Harps back in it again at 2-2. But you know, Cove are going to look dangerous again here.
Yeah, so Cove an immediate chance here to retake the lead, but Harps looking to defend this as we approach the 40-minute mark. It's a dangerous ball into the box again. It's taking a bit of deflection. Came off Hutchinson. And it's cleared by Doherty. McCallion gets a head on it. Jamie Watson defends well.
Yeah, great defend there again from Dahi McCallion. Great header under pressure.
This won't phase Cove Ramblers, given the good run they've been on. They're still full of confidence and they'll be looking to get a goal here before the half time, no doubt. But a wee test for the Harps defence here. As Brown will launch this one in with a long throw again. He's certainly been busy over on this left side tonight. So Danger Man Morrow is at the back post again, looking for the seconds. Sean O'Donnell just didn't get a foot on it. It's a dangerous cross in. Yeah. Jamie Watson plays a good ball up the wing, but it's just a wee bit long for O'Donnell to get on. But it's good defending the game by Harps. Yeah,
some great work there inside the box there from Hutchinson. Max, he's settled in nicely to the team as well here. He's putting in a good shift.
Yeah, he's impressed me tonight, picking up bits and pieces around the middle of the field too. Just getting a foot on where it matters, just getting the ball back for his team. It's the wee unseen things that people don't maybe appreciate or realise. Vital for the team there, and there is again winning that header.
Absolutely. I suppose he's got a very famous father. You know, Don Hutchinson would have played for Liverpool and a few other clubs in his time. I think he played for Scotland as well, so obviously a bit of a chip off the old block there.
Yeah, so Tony McNamee with a sensible ball up this side to Watson, and that's going to fall to O'Donnell. There's a high foot there by Holland, but he's got away with it. As Stacey looks to go out to this left side of the Lions. He's put it into the channel again. McCallion and Kervich have had a good battle tonight. He's showing a wee bit of pace, turns inside. He'll go at this right side. There's space for Phillips. As he'll float one high into this far side. Watson was aware that there was nobody behind him and just good defend there. Just lets it go out for a throw in.
Yeah, I think it was all under control there on this side. Well, listen, Cove, their heads haven't gone down at all. It's a real ding-dong battle, Paddy, from end to end. You know, the punters are definitely getting their value for money tonight. 4 very good goals there as well, and both teams acquitting themselves really, really well on a bad night.
Yeah, credit to all the players here at Finn Park. It's been an excellent, entertaining game so far in the first half. It's just flown by. As Floody will attack that as he heads up the wing. Good close control by Cove as Brown goes back to Lyons, who wastes no time to the wing, and COBH is coming very late there, and Dahi McCallion, no intention to play the ball there.
Yeah, again, like Dahi's won an awful lot of ball in the air tonight, and I think young COBH is it, who is he just resorted to giving him a table for his back there. He just nudged him off.
Scott Warra will launch this one into the COBH Ramblers half as Dixie Ferry competes. Watson's going to look to whip this in early. Tony McNamee looks to lay it off, just didn't quite catch it, but he recovers well. He looks to get that ball back again. He's done well. As Dale Holland's over in that far corner, he clears away. Watson wins it. O'Donnell is on it. He's done well there to create a wee bit of space, but it's a timid ball into the box. So both teams here still full of running, full of energy. We've approached the half-time whistle here. Lions again will look for that attack. There's a strong header by Mackinson. Dahi McCallion gets blocked by COBH. Scott Warra finds Watson. Goes back to, looks to go back to Dahi, but just misplaced his pass. So Brown will get on this again and launch one into the box.
Yeah, just a wee lapse in concentration there from Watson. Giving the throw away.
Space for COBH, who's tricky on the ball. He's done a lovely reverse pass inside. But a space there for Dean Larkin. He'll find McCarthy on the far side. He looks to put a dangerous ball into the box. And Mackinson again with the header.
He's having a great game, Mackinson.
Yeah, dangerous here at the edge of the box. And it's just goes wide. I think it was Smith row, or Walsh row, I should say. He just dragged it wide. He had a chance just 5 minutes for that too, where he's just put it straight at the keeper. So he's just looking to get it maybe to inside the near post that time, but just dragged it a wee bit wide.
Yeah, you know, Harps can't afford to relax for 1 second here, because this is a really, really good Cove side. See, Matty Mackinson, the last couple of forward movements from Cove there, he's coped really, really well, both on the deck and in the air. He's having a great game.
That's for sure. He's certainly settled well in here at Finn Park as Tim Heimer goes long again. Hutchison will go up and compete with Dean Larkin, and Sean O'Donnell gets a pull back for the foul there. It was the left wing back there. Brown had just have been fouled by Sean O'Donnell. Sean O'Donnell's trying to work hard up front. He doesn't relax on the ball or off the ball. He's quite electric and definitely involved in this game here. As Stacey, it's a 1 minute of injury time to be played here.
Yeah, it just shows you how much the ball has been in play, Paddy. 1 minute on a night like this.
Yeah. It's a good flick around the corner by Brown into the curvature. Shows a clean pair of heels to McCallion as he ball good to McCarthy. As Walsh row looked to dink it into the far side. Oh, and is that danger man again? Warrow just peeled away. Looked like he was going to have a good chance to score there, but the fairness on the ball was just a wee bit high for him.
Yeah, it actually wasn't a bad cross at all. He dug it out very, very well. He just got caught under it. It would have been a sucker blow at the end of the half. But listen, Paddy, really, really good half of football here. 2-2 from Harps. You would have taken that at the start of the night. You know, Harps are certainly competing with the team that's right up there towards the top end of the table, and Harps are giving as good as they can get.
Yeah, that's for sure. So this could be the last action of the first half, and both teams will be overall satisfied with their first half performance. Of course, you don't want to concede goals, but in fairness, I think both teams deserve to be going level at half time.
Oh, I think definitely it's a fair score at half time. A couple of real danger men up top for Cove. You know, Harps are going to have to be on their game for the whole of the second half, because these guys are tricky. But you know, in fairness to Harps have had their chances as well. A couple of really busy performances up there as well from the Harps players. But you know, it's all in all a great game of football, Paddy.
Yeah, no doubt both managers will be having a good few words. I think tactically they're both probably happy enough the way it's gone so far, and I can't see much change in that way. I suppose both teams will look to their benches in the second half, and that'll make the game interesting too, no doubt.
Oh, absolutely. You know, because Harps have a number of men on the side there. Noah Baba and BJ Banda and Aaron McLaughlin. You know, the few dangerous players there for Harps to bring in as well. But certainly the punters, it's a wet night, but the punters will be very pleased that they made the trip to Finn Park tonight, because they're getting real value for money. And I'm sure the LOI TV viewers as well, Paddy, both at home and abroad. I know there's a few boys over in America there who love tuning in to see the Harps games. So it's great to know that we have Harps followers all over the world.
Yep. So half time here at Finn Park. It's Finn Harps 2, COBH Ramblers 2.